Coming up on UT 10 News, 2 Toledo firefighters were laid to rest over the weekend.
And I sat down with the man behind UT Problems.
And we'll also look into how time is running out to get a flu shot.
Plus, Frank Bashner has highlights from the women's basketball rivalry game against Bowling Green. Your news in 10 minutes starts now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kristen Rosendale.
And I'm Natasha Gordon.
2 Toledo firefighters were killed while fighting an apartment fire on January 26th.
They were laid to rest over the weekend, and reporter Gina Todd has more on this tragedy. Gina, there have been several ceremonies. How has the community responded?
The community has really come together, Natasha. In fact, I was at the last alarm ceremony, and over 5,000 people were in attendance.
The service was held at the Seagate Center last Thursday. Family members were joined by the public to mourn the loss of Steve Machinsky and James Dickman.
This is really part of the healing process, having the firefighters from all across the country show up today to show their respect to our 2 firefighters that have lost their life doing what they love.
Families of the firefighters were given U.S. flags and medals of honor to show appreciation. A memorial fund has been set up for the Dickman family, and local PNC banks are accepting donations.
Apartment owner Ray Abu Arab has been charged with 2 counts of arson and 2 counts of aggravated murder. His bond has been set at $5 million. I'm Gina Todd, live from the UT 10 newsroom.
Thanks, Gina. Sullivan Hall, the new home of the College of Communication and the Arts, has flooded just weeks after the communication department faculty moved in. Reporter Zainab Shaib took a look into the most recent UT building damaged by weather.
Friday morning at 1 o'clock, a pipe burst on the 3rd floor of Sullivan Hall.
It got to a domestic copper water line, and the cold weather just got to it.
More than 15 workers came to Sullivan Hall immediately after the flooding and remained there for 2 days. The water damaged the new renovations in Sullivan Hall. Many different repairs had to be made.
Drywall has to be done. There has to be a lot of electrical work that's done. We have to turn on the water again, and so they're estimating at least 3 weeks.
Classes are being relocated in Rocket Hall until further notice. University officials are still calculating the cost of cleanup and repair. I'm Zainab Shaib for UT 10 News.
9 people have died in the Toledo area from the flu. For this reason, the flu shot is in high demand. Currently, all Kroger pharmacies are out of the vaccine, but Rite Aid, Walgreens, and UTMC are still providing shots. The main campus medical center only has 40 vaccines left and can order more. Students can get their flu shot on a walk-in basis at UT medical centers.
It's always harder to convince younger people that they need the flu shot because, you say, I'm strong, I'm invincible, and it's not going to affect me. But we're starting to see some people realize that they need the flu vaccine.
The average flu shot costs between $20 and $30, but most insurance plans will cover the cost. According to the U.S. Justice Department, nearly 25% of college students have been a victim of stalking. A Columbus Domestic Violence and Stalking Unit director came to UT to raise awareness about this topic. Annie Murray says that college is where half of stalking victims experience this issue.
Stalking is a pattern of conduct that is directed at someone, targeted at someone, that makes that person feel afraid.
Murray adds, if you are ending a relationship or you don't want contact with an individual, to be firm about it and have a witness.
Did you know that there's a Twitter account where anyone can complain about problems with the university?
That's right, Kristen. It's called UT Problems and is run by an anonymous user. Reporter Darius Copeland met up with the man behind the account.
Created in 2012, the account started off as a joke when an anonymous user saw an opportunity to amuse students. With the rising popularity of social media, the account was eventually taken seriously. In turn, UT Problems began to establish itself as a voice for the student body.
And give other students a chance to tell me what problems they felt like the school should address or that the school has.
Even though the account is popular among UT students, they are not the only ones noticing your comments.
UT Problems and other social media, Twitter handles or whatever, give me a better sense of what students really think.
Grab your smartphones and tweet at UT Problems. You never know whose comments might get noticed. This is Darius Copeland with UT 10 News.
A Toledo food bank is focusing on giving back more than just food. The goal of Project PJ is to raise awareness for children and adults who do not have pajamas or other necessities. Volunteers are helping put together packages containing pajamas, books, toiletries, and stuffed animals for each child. The food bank serves over 114,000 individuals per month.
We want people to know that the Seagate Food Bank is not just about food. We believe in helping the whole person.
Donations can be made at the food bank or participating businesses until February 21st. Go to the UT10 website for a list of the businesses. The Toledo Symphony is teaming up with the UT Theater and Film Department. This year's collaboration is Peter Shaffer's award-winning play Amadeus. The 18th century tragedy follows the fictitious lives of composers Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart and Antonio Salieri. In 2011, this play helped propel the UT Symphony to Carnegie Hall.
Different forms of art are coming together, collaborating to make important pieces of work.
You can catch the play on February 7th and 8th at the Toledo Museum of Art's Peristyle. For more information, contact the Toledo Symphony.
I'm Frank Vashner, and this is your UT10 Sports. Over Super Bowl weekend, the women's basketball team hosted BG, while the men traveled to Ohio University, and the men's tennis team faced Youngstown State. But first on Saturday, the women's swimming and diving team hosted Akron at the UT Rec Center. The meet began by honoring the Rockets' 8 graduating seniors, one of them being Beth Rogers, who pulled out a win in the 50-meter freestyle. Another senior, Christina Nowens, won the 100-meter backstroke, barely edging out Akron, winning by 0.3 of a second. And senior Christy Reichart, here she is, winning the 3-meter diving event with a score of 267.3. Toledo won 12 of 16 events, outscoring Akron by 66 points.
They've been unbelievable all season, leadership-wise, but also today they showed competitiveness and a will to win.
The men's tennis team was looking to ace their first win of the season as they hosted Youngstown State at the Shadow Valley Tennis Club. The Rockets got off to a strong start in the doubles, as Mark Signal and Nikki Wong scored a 6-4 victory in their match. Signal also picked up a win in 3 sets in the first singles match, and freshman Stepan Sisko won his second singles match in 2 sets. The Rockets got their first win of the season by a score of 6-1 over the Penguins. And the men's basketball team faced a tough test on the road in Athens, Ohio on Saturday as they battled the Ohio Bobcats. Unfortunately, the Rockets lost a close one in overtime, 95-90. Juice Brown led the Rockets with 28 points, including a clutch shot to send the game to overtime. The men will look to get back to their winning ways when they host BG on Wednesday in the Taiwan game. Now, speaking of Bowling Green, the Rocket women hosted the Falcons on Sunday. Tricia Culp's team was looking to bounce back from a 20-point loss to Akron this past Thursday. Let's pick things up in the first half as Ian Mathanagira gets not 1, but 2 layups off of steals to give the Rockets an early 5-2 lead. And here's Elena De Alfredo hitting nothing but nylon from downtown. And Sophie Reeker scoring off a dish from Janelle Reed-Lewis to give the Rockets a 21-20 lead at the break. But the Falcons' Alexis Rogers took over in the second half. She knocks down a pair from downtown to give her team a 34-30 lead with 14 minutes left. Then Crunch Jones drives in here, counted and a foul to put the Rockets up 40-37. But the Falcons' 3-point shooting was too much as they went 7 for 11 from downtown in the second half to prevail 66-59.
I thought our players, despite losing tonight, gave a valiant effort, and we lost to a very good team that shoots the heck out of the basketball.
Tough losses for our basketball teams, Frank. Thanks.
You're welcome.
That's it for UT10 News. For the latest breaking news from campus, go to our website, ut10news.com.
And you can always watch our award-winning newscasts on YouTube and Facebook, where you can get caught up on all of your campus news whenever you want. For Natasha Gordon, Frank Vashner, and all of our crew, I'm Kristen Rosendale. Have a great week and stay tuned for more news from the UT campus.